I think that we are still having, energy to. It's we want to, be able to correct our mistakes now.
How hot are you from the opening game? It looks like you had it. You gave it out at the very end. Gave Proskovia luck many chances for her to ride her luck to victory.
Oh, I think that yes, we're not happy that we lost, but there are some positives that we're going from the morning game. Like I think we batted very well, and it's just right now we just want to take the opportunity to just take on the field again, and be able to correct the mistakes that we had in the afternoon game while we're still fresh. So.
As you to bowl fast again, what do you think is enough? We need to restrict the Rafters too.
Um, Anything below 80 or 100, we'll be able to chase.
And who are the big players that are going to help you make sure that you pull off this victory? And any other team news coming through from the morning game?
I think that maybe I'll try and have Rita Nyangendo come in and bat a little higher up. I'll have Stephanie also come back and bat on her same number. I think that in the afternoon she'll be able to express herself more. Yeah, so that's mainly it.
Any changes from the morning squad?
Yes, we will have Patricia Timong come in for Irene, who's out injured. So, yeah.
Unfortunate of that, but good luck in your game. Kosi, please come through quickly. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Uli ku TV nyao. Uh, Good toss to lose.
Thank you.
Was it a good toss to lose?
A toss is a toss, so you have to go for whatever that you've been given to do. So I think either way, I was going to bat. So it's nothing that I'm afraid of. Just a matter of trying. It's the first game, so I have to do all I can to use the batters that I have to set the runs.
And then you talk about setting the runs. You're a fresh team, the fresh of the two teams. DCP Trekkers double-header day. What is your team composition looking like for this particular match? What are these batters you want you to going?
I have a number of batters. I have Imi Nachisui, I have Naomi Kayondo, I have Veronica Abuga, and I have Janet Mbabazi, Janet Nachiranda. I believe they are good to start with the setting of the foundation in batting, and the rest, the other people will come and top up on whatever they've set for us.
And then what do you say about this tournament? You as a team that you've seen the morning game, the runs came on the board, smaller boundaries and good fielding.
The tournament is going on well because seeing batters take on sixes, challenging bowlers, because I believe this is more of a batting game now, because in the morning the triple figures from both sides was just a good communication that, you know what, we are here to do business.
Thank you very much and good luck to you in your game. The news coming out from the middle, it is the CP Trekkers who are playing their double-header day that won the toss and elected to have a ball first.
hello, hello.
Kovo, this is the official home of Ugandan cricket. This is match day number 1, match number 2. It is a double-header day for the CP Trackers. They'll be playing against Bujagali Rafters, second match. Earlier on, I was there in the middle with the two captains, and this is what transpired. What is it? Please come through. Mbabazi, you want the toss? You want the toss, Janet? Why the decision to field first?
I think that we are still having, energy to. We want to, be able to.
Teams that will be playing in this game. The CP Trackers, only one change in that side. Alumo paving way for Patricia Timong. Alumo, of course, Irene getting injured. Janet Mbabazi, Kevin Awino, Stefan Nampina, the Don, Sarah Uwera, and Vanessa Adiambo, the pair, the combo that is forming the foreign legion for this team. Gloria Bokol didn't score with the bat, but she will be in with the ball. Fiona Kulume, Sarah Walaza, Rachel Achan, and Rita Nyangendo, who the captain believes will do a lot of good work. Dennis Musali, please do take us through the Bujagali Rafters team.
Yeah, it's a double-header day. Double-header day for... Double-header day today for the CP Trackers, who were on the wrong side of the result in the morning, going down by 7 wickets against the Itanda Kayakers. But they have a chance at redemption in the afternoon when they take on the Bujagali Rafters. The Bujagali Rafters were here in Lugogo watching very keenly the proceedings. No surprises, they are winning the toss and electing to bat first. Konsi Aweko calling the right side and choosing to bat first for her team. The sun is out, clear blue skies. I think they made the right decision for them to go to make sure they put on a total that could challenge the CP Trackers. Should be an interesting day, of course, for the Bujagali Rafters. They have some big names in that side. Veronica Buga, the biggest of them all, the professional from Kenya, but she's in very good company alongside the likes of Leona Babirie, Naomi Kayondo Bagenda, Immaculate Nakisui, Maria Nyende Kagoya, Evelyn Anyipo, Eunice Kobusinje, Christine Anayo, and the captain of the Victoria Powers herself, Konsi Aweko, will be leading the Bujagali Rafters. Should be an interesting encounter this afternoon. The first game served up a lot of cricket, especially from Proskovia Lako, who got 80 or 57 balls with some big maximums. She was able to go home there with 100K alongside her player of the match award. That 100K sponsored by one of the cricket lovers here, who decided to make sure that every player of the match award will be getting 100K in the ladies edition of the Waterfalls T20 League. We'll be back shortly with the action as the Bujagali Rafters bat first against the CP Trackers.
Umpires are already out there in the middle. It is Sharon Atohula and Olivier Intangishaka. Sharona one of the fastest rising umpires, female umpires in the region. She is Ugandan. She's got Olivier Intangishaka, the Rwandan umpire, ICC umpire, out there in the middle. Olivier, nice young man, just 26 years old, but going through his ranks quickly. CP Trekkers, double-header day for them, already out there in the middle, waiting to see who comes out first for the Bujagali Rafters. Bujagali Rafters captained by the national women's team of Uganda, Konsi Aweko. Walk out. Upon a time, will be crucial, Dennis.
Yeah, very true. I think they were very, very guilty in the first game, Innocent. Like you've mentioned, they put down a lot of chances, especially the person who put them to the sword, Proskovia Lako. And I hope that they've done their homework with their head coach, Lawrence Sematimba, to make sure that the catching in the afternoon is much better than it was in the morning. Those butterfingers really hurt them in the morning game.
Butterfingers, catches win matches, familiar phrases in the game of cricket. You snooze, you lose. Kulume has got work to do up front. That's a jaff of a ball. Janet Nachiranda out there in the middle with Sandra Achao. Achao Dennis, an interesting prospect for the Victoria Pearls. She's done some heavy lifting with the baby Victoria Pearls. We saw her, flashes of brilliance from her during the under-19s in Botswana last year, September. Nachiranda has always been on the fringes.
Really never been given a crack of joining the Victoria Pearls. But Innocent, I don't know if the Bujagali Rafters have done their homework well. They've sent in two players who are really slow out of the blocks. So maybe they want to make up for the numbers later on. Sandra Chow is an accumulator as well as Janet Nachiranda. If I am the CP Trekkers, I would make sure I put them under pressure immediately so that that dot ball pressure can get to them.
Sandra Chow then is struggling to find bat on ball. She needs to put bat on ball. The energy levels of Kevin Awino. Kevin Awino did bat very well. She felt that maybe she's the only player that doesn't belong on the losing side that CP Trackers were in the morning game. 44, missing out on a half century.
I think Kevin will feel undone by because her 44 was on the wrong side of the result. But I think today Proskovia Lako batted out of her skin. She earned that 100K. She gave us a good start for the tournament.
I wish I was a girl, Dennis. Speaking of 100K in just about 7 matches, it would do me a lot of good. I would have paid my tuition for the university. First over is done and dusted. It is CP against Bujagali. The CP Trackers against the Bujagali Rafters. One without loss after the first over.
Innocent, I would say, I think all of us could do with 100K in this January.
You call it January, I call it January. Because it keeps a lot of people worried and on the check in the back foot. Time to work. Janet Mbabazi noticing that there are slow batters out there in the middle. She brings herself into the attack. Of course, she is without Alumo, Irene, who got injured. That dive left Arumo with a painful shoulder. Wish her well. Rushed off by the medics, taken to the ambulance, and off they went. Janet Mbabazi to Nachilanda. Girls looking sharp, Dennis, in red and blue. It was a green-red affair in the morning. Green rising to the fore. Dot balls Galowa early on in the innings. It's a power play, but power plays sometimes don't make you omnivorous. You don't become a hiding batter all of a sudden. Slower and slower from Babazi. Taking pace off the ball and further pace. It'll be interesting to see how many runs the Bujagali Rafters are looking to score. Doesn't carry that one. Rita Nyangendo, big body right there in the covers. Rita Nyangendo pouncing onto it and stopping it.
Sarah Uwera not very used to being out in the field because she normally takes the gloves for Team Rwanda.
I do believe they have a plan going on. They will share the glove duties with Kevin Awino.
I've never seen Kevin out in the field.
Yes, sir.
But
that's very right.
The umpire out there in the middle, Olivia Intangishaka, international ICC umpire, all the way from Rwanda, coming to grace this event. Higher profile. There are only big names in this one. That's why Innocent and I are behind the mic.
Dennis, you've done very well to the ICC commentary. The best of the best, the best in the business. It is 2 overs down, 2 runs on board. Dennis, at this rate, they will get 20 runs in 20 overs.
Wise decisions here from the captain. Like I told you, Innocent, I'm thinking that the Bujagali Rafters may pay for sending 2 batters who have the same style. They're very slow out of the blocks. They have some big hitters there. I don't know why Veronica Buga didn't come out and open the batting. She's a big hitter of the ball up the top of the order for the Kenyan ladies. So T20 cricket, you want to go all out immediately. There's no time to waste.
You talk about the big hitters in that team, Dennis. And I tell you, Christine Anayo can hit the ball. I tell you more so, Naomi Bagenda Kayondo is in that side. whatever she's doing, Naomi, she should have come out to open maybe the batting because she plays a couple of shots. But that big name, Dennis, Immaculate Nakisuyu. Immaculate Nakisuyu in the team as well. Work to be done. No shortcuts in this type of game. But one man who will be very happy and smiling at the proceedings that are going on currently, you will know that is Coach Lawrence Matimba of the CP Trackers. He will want to get one over his understudy, Lawrence Sempija. The battle of the coaches is also on. Lawrence Sempija, assistant national team captain of the Victoria Pearls, up against his master, the boss, Lawrence Matimba. The battle of the Lawrences. Clean bird, wicket number 1. Fiona Kulume strikes Nachiranda. No answers whatsoever. That was right onto the money. Wicket time. It is 2 for 1. Dennis, no runs on board, and then the wickets are falling away.
I think for now they wouldn't mind that. The Bujagali Rafters, it's not like Janet Naturanda was troubling any of the fielders. Unfortunately, she has to perish, but they needed to get that run scoring going. She will depart for just 1. The first wicket for the CP Trackers. Double-header day for the CP Trackers. They lost in the morning to the Itanda Kayakers. Beautiful delivery there from Fiona Kulume. Feet and head nowhere for Janet Naturanda. And the ball going through her gate. The big gun, Veronica Abuga, should put on a show for us. If Proskovia Lako can hit the ball very far, trust me, Veronica Abuga can match that quality.
It would be nice to see when the two teams do face up. The Abuga Alako show, but for now, you've got to see that Abuga's time is now. We saw Adiambo Vanessa straight away off the mark, giving the strike to Achao. Businesswoman, business time, and it's a business show. 1 off 1 for Veronica Abuga.
Very right, Innocent, and the Kenyans have shown us the right attitude of playing this game, coming straight off the bus. And not big shot there from Sandra Achao, but she'll get nothing. Goes straight to the captain, Janet Mbabas, who does a good job to keep it off. End of the third, 3 for 1, the Bujagali Rafters.
Kule Vondara. Kaksi kanonta ishule says. Kaksi jango la kubifani wegombeko. Jango la kublabi. Mwakoze mwena na jango la beko wegombeko. Jango ige, actually jango ige kama nlan. Mulage kogenda maso bata. Echochimu, bibiri, bisatu, bina, bitano, mukaga, musanvu. Teka musente, teka sente wola wa. Big shot. This is exactly what we were talking about. The big shots of Abuga will come through thick and fast. It's all about boundaries in T20 cricket. You get paid big monies, you come and put on a big show. Veronica Abuga, all your money in the bank, do bring it down to Lugogo and watch this talent.
I'm Team Veronica Abuga, and I hope she stays for as long as Proskovia Alako did, because she will put on a batting masterclass. She's used to doing this for the Kenyan team. Easy peasy. Follows up the boundary with a single. Intelligent cricket from Veronica Abuga.
You heard it loud and clear when Vanessa Diambo just stepped off the mash pour aluminium and said, I will make a presence in the team. Played at an awkward number, but she was happy to turn in the mileage. Hit in the air, who wants it? Nobody will catch that. The chase is on from Obukor. Runs start to flow here for the Rafters. Rafters against the Trekkers. Double-header day for the Trekkers. Chance for a catch. Catch is taken. Abuga falls. She was looking to go big and tear the cover off the ball. Mbabazi strikes with a slower one. It was a fruitful over. But they're happy to see the back of her. Two quick wickets. Dropped chance. Looked like it was about to carry. Desperate diving effort from Mbabazi. Yields no fruit. That is the end of 4 overs, 11 for 2. With me in the comms box is Marion Malinga. Marion, you were with the captain of the CP Trekkers. What did she say about the first game?
Well, she mentioned, they had that game, yeah, but
Yes, Marion, you were telling us about the beautiful stories that you did share with the two captains out there.
Yeah. So like you mentioned, I did speak to Janet Mbabas, the captain of CP Trekkers, and she feels like obviously they are fielding sold them out in their game against the Itanda Kayakers. So that's something that they're looking to, maybe to perfect in this game. And then of course also the batting. She feels like, and they didn't bat very well. They should have put like maybe 140 kinda, and then she felt like they didn't deal very well with, of course, Proskovia Alako. Something they need to arrest in this game.
Of course, they are Mbabazi on the losing side in the morning game. Did she look like she was hurt by that loss?
She was, but she feels like they have a chance in this game. Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't be hurt losing your first game in a tournament? You feel like you should be winning.
And what did she say about the second game? Does she look like they will make a comeback, bounce back strong?
Yeah, if they worked on the few things she mentioned, which is actually the fielding, she feels like they have the material to actually deal with Bujagali Rafters.
Naomi Bagenda Kayondo, the princess of the Buganda kingdom, where we are playing from, is out there in the middle to do hard work for the Rafters. At number 4, she's got ready some quick runs. 2 from 3. It is 15 for 2. Abuga went quickly. Achao came and went. I beg your pardon, it was Nachiranda. Achao is still there, but she's struggling, going through a pedestrian knock. Sandra Achao plays for the baby Victoria Pearls. Naomi Bagenda Kayondo plays for the senior team. She is grown into a coaching mentor role. She can earn more mileage here. Fiona Kulume. Chance for a run out. Bagenda Kayondo caught ball watching. Long day for the trekkers. They must trek through the pain barriers. A couple of tired bodies, a couple of them limping, but they've got work to do. Hitting very hard this time around. Naomi Kayondo sets off. She runs very hard. Chance for a second. She won't be coming back, Naomi. Beautiful weather, perfect day. Clear skies, Lugogo looking very beautiful. Marion, the setup. Have you seen Lugogo look in pristine condition like this before?
Yeah, when it happened, we only hope it doesn't. But the look of play, we are on a step.
Talking about good days, yes, sir. More and more of the good days need to be coming through. This is just day 1 of day 4. The final happening on Sunday. Do you think these two sides can put on a show and qualify for the Sunday final?
When you look at, obviously games are not won by the mark sheet, but when you look at the players that both teams have, you feel like they have an edge over the Itanda Kayakers. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually make the final, if we watch the two teams in the final on Sunday.
Yes, Marion, do you fancy these two teams making it to the final?
Yeah, as I was telling you, Innocent, when you look at, obviously games are not really won by the names on a team sheet, but when you look at these teams, they seem to have an edge. They seem to have an edge, over the Itanda Kayakers. They have
Big shot over the top.
there.
Fiona Kulume will chase. She won't catch up. The fielding from Vanessa Adiambo. Very good coming round. The Kenyan international, Vanessa. So in other words, you think that
Yeah,
Itanda Kayakers have no chance?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying if I'm to pick the two teams that will reach the final, I think I'd go with the teams that are playing right now, Bujagali, Rafters, and then of course the CP Trekkers.
But you know very well, numbers don't lie in any sport. It is the Itanda Kayakers that already have a victory from the opening game, very well captained by the Rwandan skipper Dian Marie Bimenyimana, and they've already picked up victory. And you think they won't make it to the final? Well. Those are Marion Malinga's words, not mine. I will stay on the fence. No early predictions from Innocent Daula. But Marion, what a tournament! Of how much importance do you think it will be for the young girls?
Yeah, I think for me the fact that UCA did put out something, it's like a rule. Each team has to front. Each team has to front a 19-year-old. I think they're looking forward to really developing the talent that we have. And, you know, most of these girls come from sorority. And that is really something to look forward to. And trying to, of course, it's the big guns really versing each other. But the fact that we're including in the under-19 in any team, it really should make for something.
Talking about that, the two teams, all of them here, the format is not very favorable. Both teams, each team has a double-header day. Today was the CP Trekkers double-header day. Tomorrow will be the Bujagali Rafters double-header day. And on Saturday, it will be the double-header day for the Itanda Kayakers. Do you think it will leave the players very worn out and tired?
Yeah, you'd love to think so. I mean, games keep coming. And for me, I'm actually really shocked with the kind of fitness they are in. I don't think these girls have trained since they returned from Nairobi, where they won that the invitational tournament in Kenya. I don't think they've been really been training. But the level of fitness really is really amazing, you know.
Interesting. You keep saying about the fitness of the girls is the big known their slang is the girls want to have fun, and fun it is they're having. As we wrap up the power play is done and dusted. 6 overs played here in Lugogo. It's 19-2. How many more runs do you think these Bujagali Rafters can set? Power play is done and dusted. Dennis, 19-2. Allow me, we'll come back. Dennis Musali, as Marion takes a break, I will be your solo rider today with the changing partners. Yes, day one of this event, the Waterfalls T20 Elite League. Dennis, brought to you by Rock Telecom, Batball, the broadcast partners, Blink Logistics, Pepsi. Have I missed out anybody else? Ken Bright.
Century Cinema, who are giving out some of the fan engagement. Their tickets to win to go and watch some of the best movies here in Uganda. But that's the leading voice of commentary in Africa, Innocent Daula, who has done a brilliant job today being our lead commentator. And I hope you've enjoyed the action from wherever you are. Salah Walaza having a chance to bowl for the first time today. She didn't get an opportunity in the morning. What happened in the morning for her is that the ball kept following her around. She never had an opportunity of any of them sticking. But she's a very, very intelligent bowler, Sarah Walaza. Another product from Ginger.
Sarah Walaza starts with one where she takes the pace off and drags it a little too late to see what the batsman is doing. That's trickery from her. Of course, Dennis at 19-2, the CP Trekkers won't mind what's happening to Bujagali. If the dam falls, let it fall. After all, the falls are almost non-existent as we speak of now.
Itanda and Bujagali, both located somewhere in Ginger. Swing and a miss there from Sandra Chow.
Bagenda Kayondo doesn't have wheels of speed. She's hesitant to take off, caught ball watching rather than taking off a quick single there.
Yeah, very true, Innocent. There, Naomi Kayondo looking more like a spectator. I don't know if she wants to watch the cricket. Maybe she would come out to the pavilion. But if she's interested in playing, there was a single there. Could easily have been 20-2. The next delivery could make it 19-3.
At 3 runs per over, Dennis, how many more do you envisage these Bujagali Rafters will cost to?
3 runs every over is just 60. But they have some big hitters out there in the dugout. One of them being Immaculate Nakisui. So I think they'll be relying. Ooh. Fiona Kulume with the fielding. Tico down the leg side. Naomi will pick up another single. I think at this rate, the CP Trekkers won't mind those singles. CP Trekkers taking on the Bujagali Rafters.
The Trekkers, of course, Dennis, the only team lucky to have 2 players from the fallen region in their ranks. Sarah Uwera and Vanessa Adiambo. Hit over the top, chance for a catch. The catch is taken. No fly zone. Muted celebrations from the fielders there. Just a few high fives. Rita Nyangendo takes the simplest of catches. 21 for 3. Kayondo Bagenda stays there rooted as Achawo departs and walking into bat. Dennis at number 5 with his team in some sorts of trouble is arguably the best batting exploit in Africa. Imagine Nakisui. Take no stripes so far.
Yeah, there's no better moment for her to come in and bat. I think the stage is set for Immaculate Nakisui to try and put on a show for her team.
Both of them, Dennis, out there in the middle batting for the Rafters. 2 former national captains of Uganda. Ime Nachisui, the immediate past captain, replaced by Konsi Aweko. And Naomi Bagenda Kayondo had a time as the captain of the Victoria Pearls back in the day when they were still called the Lady Cricket Cranes. Time to work for the 2. No runs on the board for them. And here is Sarah Waraza to Nakisui. She starts with a slow one, dipping in on Nakisui, denies her pace. It is the end of over number 7. The game is moving on very quickly. The scoreboard is not looking very good. It's 21 for 3. A little fist pump from the 2, Bagenda and Nakisui. Dennis, what could they be saying?
Yeah, I think they must be thinking about which bowler they should take on. Maybe that bowling change is something that could help get a spring in their batting, because Janet Mbabazi and Fiona Kulume, who started off for the CP Trekkers, were very, very tidy. They gave away nothing, just 21 in 7 overs. That is unlike T20 cricket. So they need to find something. And these 2 are very, very experienced campaigners, Naomi and Imin. Rachel Achan, the young girl, given the ball from the Ginger Road end. Not Rachel Achan, my apologies. That is Patricia Timong.
Timong will be facing experienced players. What can Bagenda Kayondo, the princess, do? That one darting away from her. She tries to play a late cut shot. cheeky from her, no connection. Timon will look to go through overs quickly here because that's what the captain desires. That is a good shot of intent from Naomi Bagenda. Diving effort there. Shot mid-wicket. Is that a chance, Dennis?
Difficult chance, not taken. It had gone to a good fielder, Janet Mbabazi. She put in a dive, just never held on to it. Patricia Timong, youngster, given an opportunity to bowl at some quality batters. So the pressure is on her to make sure she comes up with the right kind of goods. Otherwise, she might be taken to the cleaners.
Good straight cover drive from Nakisi, but it meets the big palms of Rita Nyangendo. End of the over here. 7 done, Dennis. The run rate beggars belief. 3 runs every over. 21 for 3. Wickets have fallen. Runs have been stifled. What do you do if you're playing for Bujagali Rafters? How do you get out of these rapids in the waterfalls?
I think that, I don't know if it would be the right word to say that the tide is very high today. The Bujagali Rafters, Innocent, I haven't been to the Bujagali, but I think I've been to the Bujagali for a school trip. But I think if the falls are not very happy, it's very difficult for the Rafters to use them. Might be that is what is happening right now. Another tickle down the leg side. They will pick up a single. Kevin Awino with the cleanup. The 1s and 2s won't hurt the CP Trackers. So they are happy to give away those as long as the boundaries are not coming for the Bujagali Rafters.
Early days, Dennis. In the morning game, the 100-run mark was met by both teams. You set 128 in a T20 women's game and you lose. It tells you of how much quality is in the building. That is the Waterfalls T20.
Clearly, the standard has been set 129, not enough in the morning. The Bujagali will make sure that they will have to make sure that they put on a very big total. Arms stretched there by the umpire, Sharon Atola.
Talking about standards and the victory margin, it was a 7-wicket win for Habib Mugalula's Itanda Kayakers, captained by Diane Maribi Menyemana from Rwanda, and that big bat of Proskovia Lako, 80 from 57, not out. 5 sixes, Dennis Musali. What an innings from the young lady.
I told you, Innocent, that she earned her 100K, 80 or 57 balls, but an entertaining 80 runs. She might have been put down a couple of times, but luck only favors the brave. She rode her luck and made sure that her team costs victory. The Itanda Kayakers, their double-header day will be on tomorrow. They have now set the pace and the tone for the tournament.
Tough things, tough timing. Here, never have I before seen Imagine Nakisui play out 7 deliveries and yet to get off the mark, Dennis. It's all happening here. And if you're with a friend following the stream on Bat Ball TV, all on the YouTube channel for Uganda Cricket Association, tell a friend to come down to Lugogo and catch this exciting action. looking to steal a run. No window of theft being given by the CP Trackers. Young Patricia Timong right onto it, denying Nakisui a run. Walaza again. Walaza cannot do any wrong. Is this the Walaza of the past, Dennis? Walaza cannot do any wrong. Selene Sarah. Iminachisui says, I have seen enough of all this. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get off the mark with the boundary. It's taken her some timing and some time, but she gets her first runs with the boundary to end the over. She has 4 of 9 balls. It's 9 overs done. It is 28 for 3, and Sarah Waraza's spell is 1 for 9 of 3.
A good shot there for Naomi again, but for nothing. Straight to the fielder. Good fielding from the captain, Janet Mbabazi.
Janet Mbabazi matured very well into a true all-rounder, Dennis. Having set out as a bowler, she wanted to become a batsman. Over the last year, since the down of COVID, she's batted and bowled more. Super shot from Naomi Kayondo, going for a huge risk shot. Only 1 run, Dennis, from such a beautiful, huge risk shot. High risk intentions for little gains.
Yeah, big risk, little reward. Just picks up a single, went across the line, but straight to Sarah Waraza. Much better fielding this afternoon from the CP Trackers. They mean business. And the captain has backed her youngster, Patricia Timong, who has been tidy so far, yet she's bowling to 2 quality players.
It's touch and go for Iminachisui and Naomi Bagenda Kayondo.
Pass on there in your image, Rita Nyangendo. But she did so well, picked up the ball cleanly with her left.
Almost getting herself in lots of trouble there. Survives a sudden stamping. Patricia Timong. This over is done and dusted. The 30 finally comes up, Dennis. 30 in 10. We've seen teams rise from the ruins of slow starts, Dennis.
I think at least they've been consistent. You have to give it up to them. Moving at a run rate of just 3 runs every over. Maybe something is going to happen in the last 10. For them to get 130, they will need to score at least 10 runs every over. From here on, Naomi Kayondo and Immaculate Nakisuya, I think, have warmed up enough. 26 balls between the two of them. it's time to start launching some big ones.
You say they've been consistent, Dennis, and I feel the word consistency has been abused. Some things, and some English words like consistency were made to mean good things. You don't be consistent with bad performances.
The same way we misuse the word boss here in Uganda. Everyone is a boss, from your border guy to your mobile money guy. Everyone is a boss, but probably is just trying to put respect in someone's hustle. Sarah Walaza will continue from the Shell Road end.
Big shout. Celebration is on. Clean balled. The big wicket of Imagine Nakisui is prized out by guess who? Sarah Walaza, who's bowled impeccable lines all afternoon long. Look at those figures of Sarah Walaza, Dennis. You could pay $1 million to get those figures into your statistics if you're a bowler anywhere in the world. 2 for 9 in 3.1 overs.
Yeah, 2 for 9. Brilliant delivery there from Sarah Walaza. And you can see Immaculate Nakisui dropping ahead, very disappointed in herself. Tried to go for a big drive, but the ball going through her gate. And the departure of Immaculate Nakisui could be the end of most of the batting for the Bujagali Rafters.
Konsi Aweko, the captain. Konsi Aweko, the captain, Dennis, is in to do a lot of heavy lifting. You don't have to be lifting here small vehicles like Subarus and Imprezas and Toyotas. Heavy lifting, we're talking about Sinotracs now, because the big Sinotrac of Bujagali Rafters has fallen into the folds there. They need to do a lot of heavy lifting to get them out of trouble. The devil that is the CP Trekkers is in detail and leaves them a lot of work to do. Here is Walaza. Where was she in the morning? Single tickled off there. Aye. "31 for 4. Number 6 walks in. It's the captain herself, Konsi Aweko. Here is Walaza to Bagenda. Bagenda clips that one very hard off her legs. Konsi Aweko says, I can run. And she chips in a dive. The skipper survives, fighting and dying for her team. You need to die a little for your team and put your body on the line is what she does.
Yeah, I think the captain knows that she has to get the job. Someone has to get the job done. Someone has to put their hand up. And she's willing to do that. 32 for 4 is abysmal as of now. And they will need to work very, very hard. The Bujagali Rafters, if they are going to overcome the CP Trekkers.
Shambles, like one of our fellow colleagues likes to say in the comms box, Andrew Leonard. The Bujagali Rafters are a shambles currently. Big hit from Konsi. Does she pierce through the covers? No ways. There's a good fielding effort from that pair, the experienced pair, over Rita Nyangendo and Janet Mbabazi. Good shot there. Shot of Inter Dennis. Mid wicket will fetch 4 runs. That's a very good ball to end things up here. Sarah Walaza's spell ends at 2 for 16. 2 for 16. Score is 37 for 4 after 11. First innings. If you just tuned in, just know that it is the CP Trackers that won the toss and elected to have a ball. Good shot there. Konse Aweko, the skipper, is giving her dugout something to smile about. Since she walked in Dennis, the runs have started flowing. You can see even Bagenda got into double figures. Renewed passion is what they are playing with. You don't want to slack a little too behind on day one. And you've got to feel for the CP Trackers who are playing their double-header day. If you lose your double-header day, the 2 matches, you find yourself in a spot of bother where you have to do a lot of heavy lifting.
That's a challenge about double-header days, Innocent. Once you lose 2, you're virtually out of it. Once you lose 2, you're virtually out of it. So the CP are making sure. Another good shot there from Konsi Aweko, the captain. Konsi, no rabbit with the bat. Very well known for her bowling. She was the highest wicket taker in women's cricket internationally last year, picking up 40 scalps. But today she has to come out and do the work with the bat. And so far, she's started to move the score nicely. Good uppercut. Runs away for 4.
Her 2 boundaries, she's played the same shot. Young Timong gets words of advice from the skipper. Says, come on, bring it back straight in the middle. You can do better than that, Timong. I know your abilities are played with you. Let's do it right. Let's get it right. Because Timong does play with her skipper in the same club, the Sorority Challengers.
Yeah, and that's very good to see there, Innocent. You saw Janet Mbabazi just giving her a tap on the back to reassure her of her ability. She had done well just before this over. Maybe Immaculate and Naomi were very cautious against her. But at least she had done well to start off.
No chance to run, says Aweko, asks her mate, another former captain of the side, Bagenda, to stay put. Of course, Aweko is the latest boss. We saw Nakisui playing with Bagenda, 2 former captains of the Victoria Pearls. Captain affair here because it's the elite league. The Rwandan captain is in town. On the fielding team, you can see Mbabazi, a mainstay vice captain of the Victoria Pearls. That is Bagenda for you with a big flick of her pads. But you look around this park, Dennis, and you see that fielding at a short fine leg is another former captain of the Rwandan side, Sarah Uwera, the keeper batter.
A lot of leadership in the Bujagali Rafters side. Two former captains and the current captain for the Victoria Pearls. They're in safe hands. But it's also a good experience for the young ones who are playing with the bigger girls. There are a lot of things to learn from them. And we saw Diane batting so well in the morning. Picked up 2 wickets and scored 17 runs. She put in a very good shift. 47 for 4 after 13. The run rate now trying to climb up. 3.97. It has been consistent at just 3 runs every over. But since the arrival of Konsi Aweko, she has put some impetus in the batting. At least she's got 11 of 6 balls. Naomi 13 of 21.
Stefan Don Nampina is new in the attack. She's here to continue to tighten when you squeeze, you strangle and stifle the runs flow. You don't want to let go. More spin. No ball. Of course, Stephanie Nampina there, Dennis, freshly graduated from Chamogo University in accounting and some business management. She'd like to do some tough trading. There was a stamping of the last ball, which was a no ball. Bagenda is still there. She survives. It is a Konsa Weko doing the business. 11 from 6. Bagenda on 38 from 28. Big dance down. Achan Rachel, one of the fastest rising prospects from Soroti, in the mix. They need runs on board here. They don't know how many runs will be enough. Some flight, a big miss. The stamping is not a pinpoint accurate. She survives. Achan Rachel. Very well struck. Behind square. And finally, she picks her wicket. Rachel Achan strikes. Now Mebagendas get to take the long walk back to the hut. She'll have some quick words there with her skipper before she walks off. There's a lot of work to be done by the Bujagali Rafters, Dennis. They are in all over the place and nowhere when it comes to scoring runs.
Yeah, I don't understand it there for the Bujagali Rafters. Naomi Kayondo, you thought that she would be able to consolidate for her team. She had been there for quite some time. Going this time across the line, misses everything and gets bowled by Rachel Wachan. The CP Trekkers doing no wrong this afternoon. They've done the hard work, and I think it's up to them now. Straight on delivery, wicket to wicket stuff. Naomi going across the line and gets bowled completely. Evelyn Anyipo, the new batter for the Bujagali Rafters.
Evelyn Anyipo, normally seen as a person who comes in to do a lot of slogging at the back end of an innings. She's got work to do. She must play a repairing innings knock. Starts with one, edges it. No run. Good show in the field. It's the elite league. As a batter, Dennis, you don't think because you're a senior batter you're going to walk out there and muscle everything to the boundary. You're playing against some of the best bowlers in the region. Chance for a run out. And she's gone. Gone with the wind. Konsia Weko. Good athletic fielding. And Evelyn Anyipo is not happy with herself. She's run out her captain. The call was on, but the run wasn't there. From a moment where we had seen the runs going up, the run rate, the scoring run rate, is fallen back down to where it was. Konsa Weko, solid knock. She scored, only person to score at more than 100%. She falls, and this is Namiro. Namiro Mary. That's a run out chance. Keeper Awino putting in everything she had to make sure she completes it.
Yeah, top quality work there from Kevin Awino. Collecting the ball and then wiping off the bails. But I don't know what the Bujagali Rafters are up to this afternoon, because the person who was scoring the runs has now been run out. Evelyn Anyipo has to score runs for two people right now.
They say cricket is a game of two halves, Dennis. But from the first half we're seeing from the Rafters, looks like they'll have to double their efforts. If this was school, would have been a report card with the words, pull up your socks, or see me.
And you'd assume that the team that is fresh in the afternoon is the one that will come out guns blazing. But it seems the lunch did some magic for the CP Trackers, who did no wrong in the morning, apart from come up against a very quality player.
That's down the wicket and stamped.
Easy work there for Kevin Awino behind the stumps.
Look away if you are Kevin. I beg your pardon. If you are Evelyn Anyipo's fan, look away very, very fast. Because that was a good glove work from Kevin Awino. And the smiles on the Don's face. She's bored like the Don all day long.
Because I'm a Kevin Awino fan, I'll watch the replay again. Dragged out of her crease, Evelyn Anyipo was going nowhere. Easy stampings for Kevin. Oof, beautiful stuff there from Kevin Awino.
She gave her no second thought.
I could do that with my eyes closed, innocent.
You look around the park and you see the smiles. Mbabas is happy. She believes that team have done the heavy lifting in the first innings that gives them a chance to dream. That girl who's made that shot famous on the global scene, shot 100, left arm orthodox, Sarah Akiteng, one of the top bowlers all over the world in associate cricket the previous year, 2022. There's something brewing in Sarah Akiteng's world, and that something could be very, very special.
Yeah, Sarah Akiteng made her debut for the Victoria Powers last year, 2020, but ever since she started playing international cricket, she took to international cricket like a coin in a slot. Everything has been going her way.
No ball again there. The ball going out of the Don's hand very quickly. No control whatsoever with that one. It's a free hit. Let's see how Akiteng tackles the free hit. A chance to free her arms. That's a good one in the zone. No bat on it whatsoever. When the Don lands it in the right areas, set tack away. That's why it is important for whoever is coaching her to continue believing in her abilities and to give her the ball. There was a time last year and the previous year that she had stopped bowling and only playing as a batter. But everybody knows her skill levels and she can be able to do the job. Running round to stop that one. Obukor is the one that is cleaning up at the boundary.
I think Innocent was just a confidence thing. As long as the Dawn is confident, she's a dangerous character. So for her, she just needed to have that confidence that she can really get that ball out of her hand very well. She'll bowl 2 bad balls, but I can guarantee you her 4 good balls will get you 4 wickets.
She's that type of bowler, Dennis. Like you said, Shen Wan. Every ball delivery she bowls is like a wicket ball. It has everyone else interested, especially if you're in the fielding team. Nyangendo is quick to give it her back. Wides it will be. The Bujagali Rafters will take the runs any way they come.
Yeah, whichever way they come, I think they will need that Bujagali to help them do some run scoring. Because for now, things are not going well here at the Lugogo Cricket Oval for them. Hope Akiteng and Mary Namiro.
End of the 15th, 52 for 7.
Rachel Wachan, given the quality of the morning game, Innocent, the afternoon one has been really, you would say, more or less of a pill.
Of course, Achan and Nampina's 2 overs have gone for 4 runs. Achan's 3 overs have gone for 4 runs. She has a wicket that is smoked over the infield. She runs through for a quick one. Akiteng. The run rate 3.5. You shudder to think. Big shot there. Hit over the top. The chase is on from Vanessa Adiambo, the Kenyan international. She runs, picks up, turns and throws back to Rachel Achan. The rules, Dennis, in this tournament, every team must play an under-19 player in their playing 11 at any particular time. It tells you that the future is being looked after. That is Namiro for you, giving it a full face. Does it get over the boundary? Yes, it does. Beautiful runs for the Trackers. Beg your pardon, beautiful runs for the Rafters. They need those runs, as many as they can come, as the tail end doing the work.
Yeah, Namiro borrowing some. Innocent, Mary Namiro borrowing some words from 50 Cent. She would die trying, because at least for her, she's trying to move, trying to force the issue. 59 for 7 after 16 overs.
Time is running out. Time waits for no man.
If somehow the Bujagali Rafters can get anywhere close to the 100-run mark, we could have an interesting game.
You speak about 100, Dennis. I am thinking of just 80 runs. In my books, 80 runs, 4 runs per over is a defendable target. Women's wicket. Look at the bowling prowess in the Bujagali Rafters side. Look at Image Nakisui. She's going to turn over her arm and slow down things. Konsi Aweko never bowled a shabby spell all her life. Misfield from the younger Rachel Achan. Quick to apologize to the rest of her teammates.
Yeah, Patricia Timong guilty of letting one go through her legs. I never like players who apologize, because we're not here for the apologies.
One of the coaches kept saying, save the sorries for your mother.
And I'm sure the captain there won't be happy, Janet Mbabazi. They're trying to make sure they keep the runs as low as possible. Don't give away any freebies.
More hits, more runs. Janet Mbabazi being taken on by tailenders here.
The tail is wagging for the Bujagali Rafters. Back-to-back runs there for Sarah Kiteng.
Some fight left in the stomachs of these Bujagali Rafters.
Yeah, Sarah Kiteng, one of the bowlers, so I'm sure she's trying to make sure she has enough, just enough to bowl too.
That's exactly what I was telling you. Look at the spinning abilities of the Rafters. And forgot to mention about Sarah Kiteng's left arm orthodox. With some finger spin to come from Imagine Nakisui. Some office from Konsi Aweko. Being appealed. Nothing will be given to you. Small fan base also outside there rooting for her.
Yeah, I think the guys who came from Soroti are rooting for each other. That 100K, if it's earned by your friend, you could be in business tonight. So
But instead of feeding off a Rolex, you eat some chips and a mayaye.
instead of Rolex, at least it could be streetwise too for tonight when they go to have dinner. Janet Mbabas might be the captain of this team, Innocent, but I don't know if it was a good decision for her to bring herself into the attack. Maybe she should have continued some of her slow bowlers. What shot there from Mary Namiro. Another one from the Ginger contingent. The live stream broadcast brought to you by the Podgal Group in partnership with Batball and Rocky Telecom.
Done. 17 done. 69 for 7. Janet Mbabazi's 4 overs have disappeared for 22. She picked up just the odd wicket. She bowled much better in the morning. But because Akiteng and Namiro have taken her on late in the innings, another 18 balls left. Here's the Don, Stefan Nampina. Big hit. Who wants it? Who will catch that? Doesn't carry. Come through for 1 run. It's Mary Namiro, Dennis. She's batting like not a tailender.
I told you Mary Namiro borrowing the words of 50 Cent, get rich or die trying. So at least she's making sure she's going to die trying rather than just looking on.
She has a strike rate that is the envy of many senior batters in her side today. One of those senior batters to mention, but a few Imi Nakisui.
I think she has done well to just to make sure that she's trying to take the game to the CP Trackers.
70 is up, Dennis. For me, there's 3 wickets. I believe they can get the 10 runs to play fight. For you want them to move closer to the 90s. Running very hard is Achiteg. The throw is direct from Vanessa Adiambo. Chance for a second. Akiteng and Namiro look at each other and opt out of coming through for the second. But finally, another comedy of errors in the middle gives them another second run.
Comical stuff there. Kevin Awino should have done better. Very high standards for her, but letting that ball go through. They pick up a second one, a lucky second. They are slowly but surely dragging themselves closer to their 100-run mark. And especially with the tail that's wagging Mary Namiro and Sarah Kiteng, putting on a partnership of sorts.
Hit through the gaps. The chase is on. Chasing it in pairs. Obukor and Nyangendo find themselves, Dennis, the 2 healthiest players in the CP Trackers team, find themselves in the same region, and the chasing is quite a sight. Good fielding there.
This time Akiteng doesn't find the gap.
Big wild slog. No connection on it whatsoever, but what?
That will be the end of the 18th over. 75 for 7. The Bujagali Rafters.
75 for 7. Tells you of how much the two batters have dug deep and fought. They came together, Dennis, when the score is just 49 in the 15th over. The partnership between the two batters worth 26 runs. You can't ask any better from your tailenders.
Yeah, the biggest partnership coming at the back end of the innings for the Bujagali Rafters. There were no contributions from the top. Fiona Kulume will take the ball from the Shell Road end.
Work is work, Dennis, and work must be worked. The two have worked, but here is Kulume to do more work for her team. That's a nice little beautiful cut shot from Mary Namiro. It's Mary Namiro's world. Tinoteka wakati.
Goes again Mary Namiro, but this time doesn't get the height and the distance over Janet Mbabazi. Takes a simple catch. That will be the end of her cameo, 12 of 13. But I think the Bujagali Rafters will take that. She did well with Sarah Akiteng to move that score quickly. 79 for 8, the Bujagali Rafters. The new batter is Kevin Amuge for the Bujagali Rafters. See the replay again. Good ball there from Fiona Kulume. No distance, neither was there height over Janet Mbabazi. It takes a very simple catch. Saraki Teng, they are struggling, and the physio coming out to help her. She needs some help. 79 for 8 is where we are. Innocent is looking for only 80 runs because that Bujagali team has some spinners who can turn webs around the batters. So he's sure 80 could be enough for the Bujagali Rafters.
Then he says, talking about 84 per over gives you some sort of confidence. If you have bowling power like what the Bujagali Rafters do have, Sarah Kiteng, who's still there batting, and she's given herself something to bowl to. She got 15 runs, Dennis, so she can play around another extra 15 runs as a bowler. But it's 8 down, 79 on board.
I think things are looking much better now. 80 will give us a chance.
For me, I believe the way...
Could give us a very good game. Not just a chance, but a very good game.
For me, I believe the way the teams were set up, Dennis, Bujagali Rafters don't have a lot of batting, but the armory they have with the bowling is one to die for. That new batter who's just walked in, Kevin Amuge, Dennis, she's got an in-swing as sharp as one Richard Okia did have in his heyday when he first walked into the senior national team.
Kevin Amuge, another sibling, sister to Rachel Achan and Joyce Mary Apio. How many more can they get from here? Not so many delivers left in the match.
But Dennis, a quick resemblance there with her elder sister talking about sharp in-swings. Joyce Mary Apio too did have one sharp one as well. Here is Kulume to Amuge. Good shot from Amuge. The chase is on from young Rachel Achan. Patricia Timong, I beg your pardon.
Given out there by Sharon Athwola. LBW, Fiona Kulume picking her 4th wicket. 4 for 13, she will finish in her quarter of 4. The Bujagali Rafters now 81 for 9. Kevin Amuge just scoring 2 runs of 2 balls.
Last wicket coming through.
Plump LBW from that replay. Very good decision from the umpire, Shalon Atwola. 81 for 9, the Bujagali Rafters. Maria Nyende Kagoya, the last batter for Bujagali Rafters.
Not many times in the world, Dennis, have you seen wicket keepers walking to bat at number 11? Things that are made in Uganda.
Totally unbelievable.
Maria Nyende Kagoya.
That a wicket keeper is coming out to bat at number 11.
Have you ever batted at number 11 as a wicket keeper, Dennis?
Hell to the big no.
Work to be done. It's Akiteng on strike. Timong with the ball. Three overs have gone for 12 runs. She can wrap it up here now.
It's match day number 1 of the Waterfalls T20 League, the ladies edition. Match day number 2, we'll see the Itanda Kayakers with a double header. They will take on Bujagali in the morning and Sipi in the afternoon. Today was a double header day for Sipi Trekkers. They lost by 7 wickets in the morning to Itanda Kayakers. In the afternoon, they started so well, but they've given quite a couple of runs to the tail. And Bujagali has managed to find its way to 81 for the loss of 9 wickets. 81 could be tricky given the bowling lineup that the Bujagali Trekkers have. The Bujagali Rafters. Wait and see how that goes. But for now, Patricia Timong is dotting the 20th over. No runs scored so far in the 20th over. Some shot of intent there from Sarah Kiteng, but she's struggling. Players like Sarah Kiteng, not very easy for them to get here. They had to take a night bus from Soroti and only arrived in Kampala early morning. The final ball for the first innings between these two teams.
Let's see what specialist keeper Maria Nyende Kagoya. And this to one of the best umpires in Uganda, nice to see umpire Simon Chintu. She hits it hard with intent, but no run whatsoever because the big palms latch onto it from Rita Jangendo. It is the end of the first innings. 82 for 9 is what the Bujagali Rafters get. We should be able to come back shortly after the innings break with the chase of the CP Trekkers, who must do the long trek to their first victory on their double-header day.